Everyone, and welcome to my scope this evening. I am joining you from Brooklyn, New York tonight. And hola. Hi, tell me your name, tell me where you're from. I would love to get to know you all. And welcome to my scope this evening. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you to my replay viewers. Thank you to my live viewers. Thank you to my lifers that are here with me every single night. I am so honored to be here every night with you, sharing a little bit about my wisdom, about who I am, and really connecting with you all. Español a las 9:30. Spanish is at 9:30. For now, I do the English at 9 and then the Spanish at 9:30. So welcome. And tonight I am really honored to be in a space with amazing women. So tonight I actually came out to support a fellow coach, a fellow entrepreneur who also works with individuals on specifically communication. So she leads these workshops across the world based on how to talk to men. And one of the things that I want to share with you all, I want to focus tonight on communication. And I know that not everyone who's watching is a man, and not everyone who's watching wants to learn how to talk to a man. But the one thing that I learned that I want to share with you all is that when I was going through a role play today, and we were talking about communication. The key element in all of that, whether you're talking to a man, a woman, a child, whether it's two children talking to each other, is two things, two key elements that I want to talk about today. The first is curiosity. Being curious with the other person, being curious with yourself about what it is that you want to experience and what it is that you're seeking from this person and from yourself, from the interaction. And then the second thing that was a really big key is the fact that we have to listen. And what does that really mean? Like, so many of us, we're in a conversation, and rather than actually listening, we're calculating how we're going to get our point across. We're calculating what exactly is it that we're going to say next in the conversation, and completely missing out on what it is that that person has to share with us. So today, I really want to hone in on the two keys to communication, which are curiosity and listening, right? Without having that curiosity to understand someone, to understand yourself, having that deep openness to listen and really listen, not from a mind, right? It's not the mind that needs to listen. It's the heart, right? Connecting to our heart, connecting to, you're talking at me. What is it that I'm feeling from you, right? Am I feeling that you're putting out an energy of anxiety, an energy of sadness, of frustration? Because I can feel those things. We pick up on each other's energies. And it's super important for us to tap into that and honor what's coming up, right? And almost reflect that back to the person, say, I'm sensing, or I hear you say, and have some of that reflective listening incorporated into your communication style. We all communicate very differently, but part of all communication is listening. Right? Honoring who that person is and letting that lead you. Right? Assuming that the best intentions are met in whatever is being said, and rather than being defensive, we have to actively listen and be curious about what the person is saying. I hear you feel sad. I'm wondering where that sadness is coming from. I'm wondering how I can support you in feeling happier. Right? Really connecting to someone on a deeper level that is not just like, you know, you're sad. I get it. I'm sad too. You know? Really, really honoring that person and honoring that we all go through ebbs and flows in communication. We go through ebbs and flows in relationships. But it's about how do we stand for that person and with that person in those interactions, in that communication. So I'm really going to challenge us today to, you know, take stock of how good of a listener you are. You know, really pay attention in your conversations over the next, you know, couple of hours, couple of days, and figure out for yourself, be honest with yourself on how are you communicating? How are you expressing yourself with the world? Are you actively listening, or are you waiting, planning your rebuttal? Are you defensive without even knowing you're being defensive? Right? If we're seeking to be right, you know, a quote that I learned today from this woman who I came to meet and learn from is, you can be right or you can be rich. Right? You can be right or you can have a life of joy and prosperity and happiness, but you can't really have both. Because if you're right, someone else is wrong, and then someone's losing. And if people are losing, then none of us are winning. Right? So we have to get out of this like right-wrong framework. And that really comes up in our communication when we make people wrong. We make ourselves wrong. And really honor that that's not serving us anymore. Honor that maybe that's not, you know, serving your relationship, your love life, your relationships at work, your relationships with your family. And how can you shift that? How can you shift into a space where you're not judging, where you're not leading from, I have to be right? Right? There's a sense of humility that comes in that is necessary and required of us to really embrace relationships, to embrace communication. So I invite you all to step into that space, challenge yourself, and be vulnerable with yourself and with someone else in actively listening, in being curious as if you were a child, and letting love in. So until tomorrow, I hope you all have a very passionate evening, and be raw, be real, and listen. Love you. Bye.